Hello, my friends, and welcome to my first ever attempt at doing a formal world building workshop. I'm currently just trying to get some campaigns up and going again. First and foremost, we'll be wrapping up some of my previous games that I've done in the past, but then hopefully also moving on into some new games and just like the greater world building of the setting that I tend to use for fantasy world building, D&D storytelling, any other fantasy adjacent thing that I can use in it. And then I'll ramble more about my world setting as I get into it, but I also won't spend the entire time talking about just like my world setting, and we'll kind of just let that conversation come naturally. Very excited. I love D&D tabletop and like any adjacent thing, and it's been a long time since I've actually run a game myself. I had a couple games that I kind of fell into a bit of a burnout with, unfortunately, but hopefully I will resurrect that passion, and we'll have some good times here on stream discussing ideas to get it going again, and then building NPCs and the like to help fill out the world as I move into new eras and new versions of the setting. Very exciting. I guess first up, I kind of got to decide what I'm drawing today, so what all I'm collecting ref for and all that. But real quick, I'll just go ahead and make myself a piece of paper, a nice blank piece of paper, and I'm gonna do my absolute best to not let this be blank, so I'm gonna put a bunch of notes and stuff like that on this to help let it be a little less intimidating. Hopefully. We'll see how well that works out for me, but let's grab a good sketch pencil. Good purple to sketch with, because I love purple. How's this look, sketching? Yeah, that's acceptable. Alrighty. This is going to be so fun. Wonderful. Tablet feels like it's working good, so I'm going to go ahead and use this as just a little way to keep notes real quick, and then we'll collect ref, and then we'll hopefully make that ref into a concept, and we'll see where it goes. If you have any world building ideas you'd ever like to bring my way, I would love to hear them, but for now I'm gonna just try to generate up a NPC or two and see how that goes. Let's go ahead and load up my picker wheel and probably one or two of my world setting pictures that would be helpful for this particular conversation. Just stuff that could be relevant, just like a greater map picture. Maps. And let's see. World Celerton. There we go. Here is world setting. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll move TV 2 and 3 out of the way here. Cool. Very handy. I will need to go grab a water at some point because I can already tell that my mouth is just a little dry, getting a little bit of weird voice going on. And then I have a rough idea for the world leaders of this era. Think of the word I wanted to use there. I can't remember where I've placed them. Are they possibly all in this folder? Scroll way down. Check. This is the downside of tabletop. It's very easy to just have folders and folders full of stuff. Well, I know that I have it somewhere on Discord, so I'm gonna start there. I believe I actually have it pinned on Discord. Ah, I do. I'm so smart. Open in browser. Always use Chrome. Get out of here. Silliness. Always use what we've been using. There we go. Leaders of my various nations. In case I need to pull on anything. I'll probably use Hero Forge again, just for mock-ups today, but we'll also probably go to Pinterest for some reference. Let's go ahead and open that early. Ooh. Wonderful. All right, open up picker wheel. Definitely had a different one active. I had it all customized and colored, and it's gone. It's unfortunate. Where is, yeah, file, here we go. Open file. There we go. Yeah. Figure out which fantasy race. I can always add more to these. Do I want to add more though? I know of any off the top of my head right now. Let's see what we roll up. See what we get. See what the picker wheel decides. I will make notes. Here we go. A Genasi. Okay. Descendant of genie and mortal of some kind. Would be fun. Make a little note. Wonderful. Let's do, since this is going to be an NPC, we could do a job, or we could do a class, depending on if they're NPC adventurer or just more of a worker. Let's see what pops up. Some of these include adventuring, so I'm going to try my NPC list first. Stonemason. A Genasi stonemason. I like this. Been fun so far. I'll have to add more at some point, but for now it's a decent list. I've been curating for a while. And then I guess I would also go to theme, but I need to be adding quite a few to this because I have a new steampunk era that I'm going to be adding, which honestly means that I kind of need to use at least some sort of reference for more steampunk appropriate inspirations. This was previous stuff. So let me create a new wheel. Create new wheel. And between my different nations, we have more nations in this era than the previous era, so there should be more room for many different references and inspirations, as well as I've already used some in certain areas before, so I'll try to like maintain those histories. Kiowa, I've kind of established with some of my players. We'll be having a small section of the nation that'll be inspired by the Edo period of Japan, so that'll be walled off and very limited on trade and interaction. Will include, of course, some inspiration from Tales of the Samurai and other such books that I have become obsessed with. Yeah. Polar, Dulford, Solar, Garum, Sedant, and Aporia I want to make sure I expand on as well. Do lots of reading for just some new cultural inspirations and things that are appropriate for the era. Let me grab it real quick. I have a really big textbook here on the history of art, and I want to double check roughly what this timeline is going to line up with. Goes up into... Ooh. This only goes up into 1000 AD, roughly. Unfortunate. So that's, yes, the European Middle Ages. Little past the Iron Age. Yeah, okay. I need a bigger timeline for comparison, because this is going to be a more steampunk kind of Victorian industrial adjacent era. So I need influences more akin to that. Ooh. I need a timeline of technology is usually my favorite thing to use. I don't use my location right now. I don't know why that would be helpful. But these are all not quite what I mean. I know I have somewhere a giant goofy timeline. I can't remember what I've looked it up under. Do I just have it saved? That would be wonderful if I had done that for myself. You know what? I bet you I could just look up a timeline of the world and eventually find it. Of world eras? Maybe. That's a little more helpful. I've seen lists like this before, but I need to make sure that it includes everywhere. It's very small. Why would you make that so small? This really feels kind of detail-centric. Being silly. This is a little bit more helpful. Little bit. Really stand to be bigger. Ah. It was meant to be printed, I bet. Or like purchased. That's European history. I don't want just Europe. Get out of here. I need actual... I just need to see what eras of technology line up, so I don't get things too anachronistic. Because I do that sometimes. That's Indian history. It's very cool, but not what I'm looking for. Okay. I'll look up timeline of the world. Maybe that'll show up. That's a little bit more handy. There we go. Okay. 1400s, 1500s, 1600s. Okay, so it should be somewhere closer here. Wait, this is... I'm going backwards. That's medieval. This is modern. Oh, okay. Okay. I was reading it weird. So yeah, this is all prehistory, ancient history. This is all closer. Begin to late Middle Ages or Renaissance. So anywhere from say 12 to 15 century, maybe. We'll start there. Wait, no, that's late Renaissance. Industrial Revolution's here. Well, we're gonna be a little pre-industrial. Or early revolution. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure how much influence from the industrial I actually want to take exactly. And then there's the machine age leading into the 20th century. We're not quite there yet, but we'll definitely have some influence. Maybe somewhere around here. Let's see. Edo period in Japan. Yep. Okay. Well, okay. I guess I was just assuming a little earlier than was correct. So yeah, Edo period in Japan would line up with. It just started before the industrial. The British Empire would have been going on. Grecian dynasty in France, possibly. The Russian Empire. So let's honestly just kind of take. I'm gonna take the snipping tool, just as a not super accurate, but just slightly helpful guide to what can fall into this period. We'll start at this little corner right here. And we'll just do up to the British Empire and the Tudors. Go up. Okay. Oh, that's top of the page. Oh. Yeah, there's definitely some countries, or some continents, I should say. So the Ottoman Empire was also going on, which would be cool. What little bit I know about it comes from Assassin's Creed Revelations, but I did very much enjoy Revelations. The hook blade was dope. Miss it dearly. I just miss old school Assassin's Creed though. Know what I'm saying? But not that I dislike modern Assassin's Creed. I just miss old Assassin's Creed. I miss Desmond, Lucy, all those gang. You're the best. Alright, this will be handy. It'll be the first thing we go ahead and throw into pure ref, just to make that easy real quick. Are you currently set to like do over everything? I appreciate that. That in. That just gives us a couple. See if we can find any others, but that is helpful. The map of world history. Oh, that's BC. Handy, but a little too close cropped. Ah, okay. I know I've looked at this one. This one looks familiar. Yeah, okay. So based on our other one that we were looking at, going 16th to pre-19th. Let's dip into it. I'm gonna grab some reference. Let's line up 1000 AD, 11, 12, 13. Woo! A lot of information. So let's go like 15 to 9 for a big block. It's just nice and safe to grab. New. Start here. Just go. Pre-1900. There we go. And that gives me a lot more cultures to. Oh yeah. Localize their heights. Sort them. And I will be back to give you more later. Now I have more. The Papal States going on in Italy. That'll be cool. Maybe I have some place to influence that, because I did have both. I think I have an aristocracy and a parliament planned. Those would be fun. Those can definitely take some influence from more European nations. Let's try to see what else we can put in before I get too gung-ho. Keep looking. Yeah. Spanish colonies, Russian Empire, Austrian Empire, Papal States. The Baltic states starting. What other? Would have gone from Ming Dynasty to Qing Dynasty. Ottoman Empire would have been going on. Austrian Empire, German Empire, France, Holy Roman Empire. Okay. Capetian Dynasty in France. I don't recognize this. I can look that up. What was the Capetian Dynasty? See if that's an influence. Also known as the House of France, is a dynasty of European origin, branch of Robertians. Among the largest and oldest royal houses in Europe and the world, consists of Hugh Capet, the founder of the dynasty, and his male line descendants who ruled in France without interruption from 987 to 1792. Wow. Goodness gracious. The Capetian miracle refers to the dynasty's ability to attain and hold on to the French crown. Ah. So it's king for so long that it's like had to be the case, like had to be holy intervention according to them. All right. Maybe, but I don't know. I'm a little bit more focused on some fantasy steampunk elements, so I don't know how much I want to use the Capetian dynasty. But then it just turns into France, so like it's like tough call. Because of course America's going through some stuff around this time. So. Checks out. Those. That, that timeline's right. See if I can find a better version. I guess I think I can zoom pretty well. Alright. Read it just a little better. 14 or 15-ish, that range, 1900. Ottoman Europe, Spanish Habsburgs? Okay. Slave trade, that's bad. West African slave trade to the Americas, really bad. Portuguese colonies, Spanish colonies. Say Dutch? I can't quite tell. And then these break up into Argentina, Brazil, the War of the Pacific. Yep, hey, look at that. USA mentioned, ooh. Russian Empire was starting to grow out a little bit at that point. Alright. Oh, there's a civil war in Scotland. Ireland, and then that becomes a different Ireland, which is absorbed by England and the United Kingdom, including Scotland and Wales. The Celts. Definitely want to include them a little bit. Always like Celtic mythology and Celtic influence. Can't help myself. Holy Roman Empire. I'm gonna have to include these guys. Fortunately, they're just too present. We didn't get rid of them strong enough, you know, fast enough. But we'll also get to include the Ottoman Empire, so it'll be cool. We'll get to see like a transition of empires in some way. That could be fun. Transition of power. Establishment of Poland. Nice. Hungary. Hey, the Crusader states. You suck. Timurids. Yi Dynasty, Ming Dynasty, Song Empire. Don't know anything about that. Let's look into it. Alright. So let me check my old themes and just see if I have room to add. Many of these can still exist, not all, but yeah, something like the Mayan and Aztec will no longer apply as easily. But cool. And I do my best to do homebrew native groups rather than one-to-one from real life. So I do take some real life mythologies. I try to avoid using, especially Native American, Native peoples mythologies, because it just feels unkind. Let's add some new ones. Let's go Victorian England. I had all of these as like basically written like they were just as national, more or less. So we'll just do so. Victorian English. We'll do Ottoman. What else do we got in here? Holy Roman. S. It's different than Roman. Yeah. Different enough, I guess. Capetian French. Now I can close that tab. What else can we learn about? What are the Safavids or the Mongol Empire? Let me see what I can learn about the Mongol Empire. Oh, it exists? No? Oh no, of the 13th and 14th centuries with the continuous, largest contiguous. Oh wow, it's huge. It didn't like last forever. It was super widespread. Heck yeah. Shout out Mongol Empire. Yeah, I'll include Mongol. Oh yeah, or I guess Mongolian. This would be the better word. It's better. There were multiple. What's the Mongol thing? Can refer to a few things. Amag Mongol was a loose Mongolic tribal confederation. It was part of the Mongol Empire. Okay, so it was just a specific state, or oh no, this is a southern specific within it. Okay, these are like specific Mongolian nations that made up the Mongolian Empire. And the Safavids, the Mughals, the Okay, so some of this became China again, some of this didn't. This is interesting. Some of this I did not, and then some of this became Imperial Japan over from some of the other Chinese dynasties that went on. Heck yeah. Just seeing like where it happened and like how it lines up with like the Edo period and stuff like that. Nice. I'm a big old nerd for this stuff. Bring it on. Pile it on. Want to learn as much as possible. This timeline we'll keep. keep referencing back to. I'm gonna save it. This one's really helpful. Let me take some half snips from it rather than that snip. This just a little too zoomed out to be handy. Cancel. All right. Start up at 1400. Go over to 1900. We'll just pull down to stop with Ireland and the British, and then we'll move down from there. Oop. That's a little bit. The other one. Delete. Down. Start at 1400. Put at 1900. And up to the British Empire. Classless. Don't want to forget anybody in here. Wonderful. No, I'm good. Thank you, though. All right. A lot we can work with here. Go. Any other cultures, mythologies, themes from this era? Definitely gonna have a lot of stuff involving trade. A lot of people who are maybe a little more nomadic. Have any good examples of Safavids, Persia? Let's find out what that is. Safavid dynasty was one of Iran's most significant ruling dynasties. Hell yeah. From 1501 to 1736, their rule was often considered the beginning of modern Iranian history, and as well as gunpowder empire. Hey, a gunpowder empire would actually be very handy influence for some of the like themes I'm actually working on. Hell yeah! So we will add Safavid. Great. There's a note for myself. Neat. Do some deep dives of reading on that timeline. Lots of independent states, Timurids, the very start of Persia. What can we learn about early Persia? Iran in the classical world. Persia, Cyrus the Great was one such tribe. He founded the first Persian Empire, also known as that's 550 BC. That's way earlier. That's way before it was called Persia. I guess that's what I was. Persian Empire. So that would have been during BC. What is this timeline here referencing? With just Persia. I see. Persia is like you're giving it a formal name so that it can be broken up into Iran, Iraq, and then other things. Okay. Interesting. Good to know. Let me. The North African Caliphates. I want to about that a little bit. So let's hit that. The Fatimid Caliphate was an Ismaili Shia Islamic caliphate that spanned a large area of North Africa from the Red Sea in the east to the Atlantic Ocean in the west. The dynasty ruled across the Mediterranean coast of Africa, and it was under its rule that Egypt became the center of the caliphate. Well, gotta bring some influence from that. Sure, for sure. Call somebody from this area at that time. Look, under the rule of the Fatimids. But cool. Fatimid. And this is early formal Egyptian, or like early modern Egyptian. Very cool, very cool. Fatimid. The Ismaili Shia dynasty. To look up pronunciation, just North Africa and West Asia. That section right there. Pretty cool. And I'm sure there are other North African caliphates that we can talk about. The Delhi Sultanate. And then the Mughals. We'll look up both. Delhi. Well, Sultanate was an empire. The Sultanate of Delhi was a late medieval empire primarily based in Delhi that stretched over large parts of the Indian subcontinent. Very cool. And that seems to have transitioned, and probably more appropriate to use the Mughals, but now we'll look that up. Mughals was a Muslim dynasty who ruled over a majority of the Hindu population. By 1750, they dominated much of several centuries. Muslims were already living in India when the Mughals first arrived. Interesting. I'm very careful about using the buttons. My game is as well, so be careful with that. But maybe take some inspiration, because I definitely still want to include formal, like Indian cultures, and that. I don't have either in here, even though I've had a player who's played a character inspired by. So I will add what would someone of the Delhi Sultanate be called? Delhi. We'll just add the name of the area as inspiration. Works. Delhi. Mughal. I know both of those to be India now. Shouldn't need a note for myself. I'll look it up if I need to. There it is. I'm gonna focus in this aim lining up region because we're kind of getting down to it. What can I learn about the Ming Dynasty and the Manchu Empire? See how they rose to power. That's just another word for the Qing Dynasty. Okay. So it's Ming Dynasty, Qing Dynasty. Okay. It was an imperial dynasty of China and the last imperial in Chinese history. Okay. Nice. And I believe I just have Chinese on here, so in that case, if I roll it for this era, I know to use the transition of the Ming to Qing Dynasty. Cool. All right. Let's add a couple more, and then I'll probably call it good. Probably want something Spanish Imperial. I'm trying to think of what the best word. I'll just put Spanish, and I'll know that it's more imperial for this era. I also spelled it wrong. Having a day, waking my brain up. Still need to grab a water. I haven't done so yet, but I've been super in the flow, so we'll get to it. There's got to be something else I'm forgetting. Portuguese colonies. We got the early Baltic states. So I'm gonna put in Baltic. And we'll pick from there. We'll look it up. Just because I also have been listening to a couple bands that talk about that, like specifically reference Baltic history as a thing. So I want to learn about that. Learn about the end of the Baltic states, so to speak. We become formal Europe. Hey, Quebec. That'd be early Canada. That's Brits by the looks of it. Caribbean. This would also have been the French Caribbean. So we'll add Caribbean. Influence. Oh crap, I spelled it wrong. One R. Two B's. Every time. So glad for autocorrect. Alright. Because that could be native Caribbean, or that could be someone who is working in the Caribbean, like the pirates and other similarly jobbed people in those colonies. Especially those with less than legal jobs. Adventuring sorts, I guess. The closest thing we had to adventures in history. France and Spain are doing their thing. Portugal. Yeah. Austrian Empire. Did mention it a couple times. I'll add Austrian. That's relevant. I'll have to learn more about the Austrian Empire sometime. What is this? What is the Odo Dynasty? Oh, that's the Edo Dynasty. Okay, so it's the last thing before the Edo. Okay, so first formal bits of Japan, and then okay. Cool. Nihon desu. Looking in this area just in case. Just in case. I got the Safavids, which are the early Persians. Have Ottoman Empire. I mean, what else could I? That's a good start. This will be good inspirations for this one. We'll spin it right after I come back with a water, and we'll start crafting up a character who is a Genasi from one of these themes, or historical inspirations. Alright, I officially wander back. So, a stonemason from one of these. Let's see. Genasi stonemason. Yeah. That's a good spin. Native Island. Ooh. So, potentially inspired by Maori or Native Hawaiian or some of the native cultures of Japan. Could fit in this. Cool. Just to be safe, just in case there's another one that just immediately inspires instead, we'll keep that one in. We'll either do Native Island or Victorian English. That's actually really tough. But I'm sure you've seen tons and tons of Victorian English characters. So I'm actually going to go with the Native Island and see what I can come up with. See if I can't find a cool, historically accurate, or at least historically based character inspiration of a native cultures. So, looking at my history timeline, see who could fit that description that I'm aware of, at least personally. Okay. And then let's look at native island. I know that there are multiple. Polynesians make up the largest groups, including native Hawaiians, Samoans, Tahitians, and Tongans. Micronesians make up the second largest, including primarily either Chamorro or Kamuro from Guam, as well as other in from the northern islands. Okay, so those are just the Pacific Islanders. Very cool. Indigenous people of Oceania. Includes, yeah, so the Pacific Islanders. Oh yeah. I'm actually a little bit more familiar with Polynesian, so I want to learn about Micronesian. So let's make up the second largest, including primarily Komoru from Guam. We'll look up Komoru. However, I will find out. Moro people. The indigenous people of the Mariana Islands, politically divided between the United States territory of Guam and the encompassing Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands and Micronesia, a Commonwealth of the U.S. today. All of which together are designated as Islander. Gotcha. Pre-colonial society in the Marianas was based on a caste system, Mori being the name of the ruling highest caste. Oh, okay. After Spain annexed and colonized the Marianas, the caste system eventually became extinct under Spanish rule, and all the indigenous residents of the archipelago eventually came to be referred to by the Spanish name. Is an endonym, common native name for a group of people, individual person, geographical place. Okay, so it's like a catch-all term. Gotcha. It's a Spanish surname. It also means leg of pork, beardless, bald, close cropped, or close shaven, cut close to the surface. Oh no. Spotting is. It was to describe their hairstyle at one point? What? Okay. Long black hair, which they wore down to their waist or even further. Another description given about 50 years later reported that natives time were tying up their hair into one or two top knots. Okay. So they have various hairstyles, and priests just write shit, it seems like. Oh, that's a really cool house. I like that. Commonly believed to have arrived to the 3000 BC. Nice. So a stonemason inspired by this. Very cool. I gotta be a Genasi as well. It'll be fun. So using Hero Forge just as like a rough kind of idea tool here. See if I can't come up with any sketches. So I'm going to make another note real quick for myself. Ugh. Oh, I did that with my M. Kept running. Me. Wonder if there is thing on folklore. Very small, but they do have a section. Let's see. Ah, okay. Tomorrow when writing in English. Let me look. Tomorrow architecture. If they're a stonemason, let's see if they have. That seems to be maybe more modern Guam. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe they are just badass with architecture. They're crazy. All right. I think this is a good picture to inspire a stonemason, as well as I'm sure I can find some others. Oh yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. This is an island nation. So what if we have a water genasi who literally like cut stones with water? Just like I know there's a method for doing that. Let me cutting stone with water. I want to say that there are like prehistoric and or medieval examples of it. Yeah. Ancient people had techniques for cutting stone with water, for sure. Okay. Let's play based off of that. This little piece of architecture is gorgeous. I want to use it so bad. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use others. Real stuff. Come on. Give me something that doesn't look as modern. Like, I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble using more modern art. But these are endlessly fascinating. Those seem to be the same things, just with modern structures built into them. Alright. Not finding a whole lot else. Try the other spelling, just in case. Yeah, it's looking similar. Let me get a better picture of this. Just because that does seem at least a little helpful. So, add these into my ref. This first character. Add this over here. Add image. Yeah, I'm thinking see if we can find the inspiration for close and or hey, there we go. There's lots of modern examples of, heck yeah, people from Guam. Even better. Now I actually have people to take that inspiration from, to highlight when I tell my players about them. I can tell them exactly who inspired each and every character. I love it.
She found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, 'cause I keep getting high off of her.
I don't like that picture. I feel like that's maybe poorly framed. I'll do some more research on the exact histories, but I feel like some of these pictures are just negatively framing. In here, maybe it's just the image itself has degraded quality. Most of these, I like this. This is like fascinating, and I can't wait to learn more. So, that's gonna be my inspiration. Today's character. I've collected all this together. At least 3, 4. Can I just throw them into this? No. I can. Sweet. But it does it like that. I see. Which case... I never remember which one. That's by height. Now if I hit Control C, I go to Pure Ref Paste. There we go. I can include that just right here. The Worldbuilding Workshop concept 1 ref, and go to my ref folder, or that JPEG. Add that to here. Maybe Worldbuilding Workshop ref. I actually access it here on OBS. Artwork, ref. Worldbuilding Workshop concept 1. There is our base idea. The best I can. Get the middle if possible. No. There we go. Ugh. Right. Now I can just put those in a folder for later. I will be able to sketch here. Let's see if Hero Forge has any inspirations or ideas that I want to make use of. Timeline will be handy later, but I saved it. Out of here. Pinterest. I don't know if I need Pinterest, but we'll look. See if it has anything. More. It has a little bit. But it'll be harder to check where everything is sourced from on Pinterest because a lot of it's just people posting. So I'll do some more Pinterest searching for them later. Let me just go into here. Give me slightly different. Might be too much. Also maybe a little too much. A longer hair that isn't crazy. Seem start there. See what feels fitting for a Genasi inspired by Moral. And I try not to make everything one-to-one, but I like to have real-world inspirations when we get going. That's why, like, I won't go for necessarily the exact face structure, but if we can get a little closer, that would definitely be welcome. And Hereforge's been adding lots of nice new edits, so very easy to get into all sorts of different looks and like really customize them. I want a slightly wider nose, but I don't want it to look silly. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Just for some face shape inspirations. Come on, King. Come on, Hero Forge. I know it just isn't quite doing it. Maybe curved button nose. Oh, that's better. I don't mind more button nose. A little bit more full lips. A little bit more like, oh, not quite. Not quite. Don't want you to have little thin bird lips. They're okay. These ones here are okay. Or these ones. Maybe with a better chin. Maybe just like a softer chin. Yeah, like an open feature. Not bad. A little bit. Could definitely stand to be around her. Let's try. Maybe this will help. I'm gonna shave off the corners of that chin as well. Heart shaped. That's a little better, but not quite. Why is your jaw so square, you fuck? Get out. Yeah, either way, he looks good. Just gives me ideas. If he's a stonemason, he's definitely gonna be. Or if she, I guess I could also still go femme. I didn't really roll for gender. Let's see what the wheel says. That's how I'm supposed to play, technically. What kind of gender or androgynous type look should we go for? Let's see what it says. How the game is played. We'll play proper. This is the first time we're playing. Work Builders Workshop. Hey, masculine. That works. Alright. Works for the better. Thankfully. Got lucky. All right. Looking at my ref. Looking at. All right. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go a little bit more muscular. How tall can we go? About 6 foot. Not bad. Just under. Like 5'10". 5'10", but let's make him a little strong. Bring the weight up to about a 0.6, and we'll turn that into some decent muscularity. Right there. I like that. At least I believe I like that. We'll see. Put some clothes on him. Got a lot of options in here now. And just do simple wrap cloth like this. Based on our inspiration. Our reference. Where did I put my reference? Bring it up big for myself on a side screen that you guys can't see. There we go. Just in case. Cloth belt. Let's actually start here. Some sort of what looks like a woven cloth or a woven straw belt. This kind of remind me of that. Yeah. And then, of course, the wow. Leaf skirt doesn't quite. It's more fantasy, elven adjacent. That's not what we're looking for. Fairy skirt's kind of same thing. Many layers. This actually kind of looks right. At least in the same vein, same ballpark. Okay. More thin piece. And it doesn't have to be an exact one-to-one. We can maybe play with the clothes of it a little bit. But now, off pants. Then chest. Nothing? I'm expecting something kind of like draped around the neck and shoulders in the way that kind of features. Like this would be the closest, and that's definitely no. This is gonna be close as well, but again, not well. Actually, combine this with like just some more creative liberties. And maybe something to connect. That's not quite right. I need something that's. I need a necklace that's low enough. Come on. Dang it, I don't think any of them. Let's try to get one that's most similar to the. Because it looks like all the people in this reference picture are wearing a very. Try to draw something inspired by it. Let's put that on. Go with we'll play with the fashion a little. Are we doing any gloves or bracelets? I am seeing some bead bracelets. Do that. Let's see if we can't maybe do something that's magical in some way. Bangles. I don't hate the bangles. I don't 100% love them. We maybe do angles on one, this on the other. That could work, especially if this is some sort of arcane focus. Yeah. Okay. Good with that idea. I like that one better. Sure. Ooh. Are any, because they are pictured without shoes here, but that doesn't mean that they can't wear shoes. Could also have this person without shoes, depending on. Gotta be careful with the leaves. I feel like it looks too silly too quickly. Mostly because of just how big the leaves are on your board. Of course, it's a miniature that I'm currently mocking up, so everything has to be a little oversized for you to even see it. Those are maybe a little more appropriate. Okay. I'll have to make sure to adjust the little shawl. But I think this gives me some ideas for shapes to use and ways to make it a little magical. Play with a little bit of color. Just in a lot of red. Bring red in off the bat. That feels like. Bring that in. Awesome. I could also be part of that. Skin, we're going to be somewhere in a blue range because we are a water genasi. Got aquatic blue, lighter mid blue, and aquatic. This mid blue first. How's the aquatic look? It maybe is a little closer to clashing, but ooh, makes a good secondary color. Do like 30 of these. Okay. Get some better brows in here. There we go. Hair color, what do we got in the blue and green ranges? Ooh. Like that. Cool. We got for eyes, we got some aquatic options. We are also a water genasi. Just to play with what I typically would do with genasi. I just have to adjust the size and stuff of the canine options. All of them. Mild glow. Pull out the redness from the eyeball. From black gray. Now we can make the iris a little bit more. That's a little bit more on par with what I would do. Got a cool gemstone color or add gemstone gray. Notice that that's more of an orange. So let's try to keep it as such. I'm gonna try to go for some more naturalistic colors so that I know to use. Actually, honestly, because I'm not gonna be using all of these shapes exactly, this is a good base of inspiration. I will call that good for Chrome. Let's do it a little bit, see if I come up with anything. And then from there, I think it might just be good for today. For World Building Workshop, my first NPC generation session. I'd have to call this at least partially successful. Let's try some sketches. See if I can come up with anything off the bat. First thing is I kind of want to work on this like silhouette of what this shape looks like. Belted roundness where the part. Okay. Brain thinking. It's brain working. I could also just throw a model and a pose in here. It'd make it really easy. Could just zoom through here and be like, hey, what kind of pose you got for me? Wow, all the poses. Bunch of crap ones. Do we got any good ones in here? Any poses? Anybody in here posing? Kind of. The sitting pose could be good. Only use. Fair enough. Best I got. Try this out. Now, can I change that hand pose up real quick? Pose, hand. Make it. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad start. It'll be a slightly better magic pose. There we go. There we go. Eyes. Those. Let's sketch a little. Come on, you. Good pencil. Okay. I'll just sketch my ideas on top of rather than round. Hold against the skin alone. Has an undergarment built of Let's make this a little bit more of like, I noticed it's a bit of a teardrop shape. That will at least be the layer, if not the underlayer. Kind of a belt. this. Create a lot of that same texture. I love the way that breaks up. Oh yeah. A little bit of that going in front of the belt. Appropriate. Now we can add the more fantastical elements now that we've added some of the more cultural. Middle. Go ahead and just make this brown. Okay, bro. Entirely. There.
I remember when I saw you at the end of that night.
Now for my actual other ideas. Change up colors real quick. Layers real quick. One thing in hand, for a giant stone mason. Inspired by Coral.
I never met someone like you. I never felt this way.
Shaping. Giant stone bowl. Water. Here and general idea would be mist of water straight across the surface of this in some way. Lined with the bowl. Giant stone bowl. Oh, yeah, that's a neat idea. I like that. Are there any other features I want to add? Notice a lot of short curly hair from these modern folks I'm seeing, and I'm also noticing the cool head. Let me go back and add this head. Yep. Add in real quick. There. Get this. Do we notice any tattoos? I don't notice any tattoos. That's something I need to try to look up inspirations for. I don't think. Specifically. Yeah, I think it's a good place to stop for now. Good collection of inspiration and, like, you know, result of inspiration. Hopefully I will return to this and make this a really cool NPC that my players like. For now, it's going to be World Building Workshop Concept 1. We'll just save that into D&D art folder. I guess I can show you guys one or two other things from that folder since you're here. Cool one I did from my last campaign, where I had a giant robot that I was planning to use against the party, and they kind of stumped that plan from ever being possible. So good for them. Correct answer. That's what they should have done. I have. Hell yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. Thank you so much, Tamar. That would be exactly what I would be looking for, like object references and stuff like that. I have my guard example, so I'll just open this generally. These are my major nations and like sub-nations of the previous era, but we are doing a way more dense, way more diverse world this this generation. So I'd include way more references than just these guys, but I will highlight these guys because I love these. And these, you can tell I was staring at armor for hours to make all of these various inspirations. Fun stuff. What else do I got what else do I got in here that's on par with days? You know what? I'll show you guys a villain concept that I've been working on for a while and have not been able to find somewhere I can fit them. I love this villain as a concept, as like a visual thing to enjoy. I don't know what to do with him. You know? He's just there. Just real creepy. I don't know. Feels like a weird combination of Zelda and World of Warcraft villain design. If you work for either of those companies and like to use him, feel free to hit me up. It's gonna cost you $1 million. I don't know, I'm being silly. Go ahead and close all this for today. Go ahead and say maybe WWC1. Thank you, PRF. Don't care where you save it, just save it. Ah, there we go. And we will set up for Zelda. And going for the day. Thank you for indulging me in a little bit of world building workshop. Hopefully it becomes a more formal and more often session. I do here, where I just sit and draw and plan NPCs with you guys and help you plan characters, and there we go. Maybe if I'm really cool, I could talk to other people who like tabletop, and we can invite them along for world building workshops and or tabletop streams. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I will use things like the Met Museum and other wonderful historical and archaeological references to make my D&D world as alive as possible. It's the best. There we go. Go ahead and get that power cable switched over to the soundboard and get working. Okay. At least ideally, hopefully. Don't get in for finishing up along the way. Checking. Are we connected? I believe so. Wonderful. Let us open the soundboard. Turn the volume up on it, and give me a crow. There we go. All right. The brain is awake enough for Zelda, at least. So let's get cracking on Zelda. I put my water. There it is. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I just try to be as all-inclusive as possible because I have been fascinated with like all world cultures since I've been a child. So I try to give everything a pretty fair shake. But hopefully, that method still has room to improve. So if you ever notice any small holes in the chainmail, little tiny areas that we can improve to make it flawless, let me know. I'm all about it.